Good afternoon and welcome to the Governor's Football Pregame Show. I'm Reese Britt along with Madeline Stubblefield and the 91.9 sports team for a special live YouTube broadcast for the voice of Austin Peay, WAPX-FM, Clarksville's 91.9. It's football time in Tennessee, Clarksville, Tennessee, that is, here at Forterra Stadium on the campus of Austin Peay State University. We are getting you set for one of, if not the premier matchup in all of Division I FCS football today. On one side, Austin Peay rides an 8-game winning streak coming into today, but most importantly, have already wrapped up at least a share of the United Athletic Conference's championship. On the other side, Central Arkansas comes marching into Forterra Stadium with a winning streak of their own. Whilst it only being 2 games, this team can play spoiler on Austin Peay's championship aspirations. Central Arkansas currently sits at 7-3, 4-1 in conference play, while Austin Peay sits atop the conference for now at 8-2 overall with an unbeaten 5-0 record in conference play. Beautiful day here in Clarksville, Tennessee. We'll take a quick 60-second timeout and be back with more Governor's football on Clarksville's 91.9 FM.
Hey, everything okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
Honey. Hey, I'm here for you. Tell me about school today.
When kids can't find the right words, music can help them sound it out. Talk to the kids in your life about their emotional well-being. Find tools and resources at sounditouttogether.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and Pivotal Ventures.
Five minutes and counting to go till game time. The Governors are getting ready in the tunnel to run out here on a beautiful Saturday afternoon in Forterra Stadium. We're going to send it down to Madeline Stubblefield on the sidelines really quick. She's got something for us. Madeline.
Thank you, Reese. The odds are looking to be in the Govs' favor today just based on the date's history. Austin Peay has played on this date 11 times, in which the last time we beat Eastern Illinois 28-13 at Forterra in 2017. APSU is hoping to see that once again today to beat the losing streak we have against Central Arkansas to earn our first win in this series. Last year, Cam Thomas returned a punt for a 92-yard touchdown, making it the longest punt return in Austin Peay history, as well as in Division I football in the 2022 season. So far, with all the home games this season, we've seen records be broken, and I bet we will see that again today to allow us to earn a victory. Back to you, Reese, in the booth.
Appreciate that, Madeline. The Govs are starting to file in the tunnel here, getting ready to run out on the field. We've got the Governors all in black today, black helmets, black jerseys, and black pants for this senior day. The seniors have already been acknowledged, and there's very few of them, so that's good news for Governors fans in the future that, you know, even though a lot of really good talent is leaving the program, there's still a lot of untapped talent still on the team. Really quick, before the Governors roll out here on the field, I'm going to get into some keys to the game, starting with Central Arkansas. Everything starts with the man in charge, the quarterback, Will McIlvain, 22 for 44 last game, 290 yards through the air and 3 touchdowns. You got to allow him to be comfortable, get in the flow of the offense. Don't ask him to do too much early, especially against a ferocious Austin Peay defense. You got to, and on the other thing, neutralize Austin Peay's size up front. Austin Peay has 3 of their 4 starting defensive linemen, all with 3.5 or more sacks on the year. Javon Young, Jose Knifley Jr. Jose Knifley Jr. actually with 6.5 sacks already this year. That's just under a sack a game. So these guys for Austin Peay can get after the quarterback, and they do it at a quite often pace. Now for Austin Peay, switching over to the other team here. Establish the running game quickly with Javon Jackson. He's already rushed for over 1,000 yards on the year against Utah Tech. Jackson had 40 carries for 192 yards, no touchdowns, but I expect that to change today with what Scotty Walden and that coaching staff wants to do here. Second thing is win the turnover battle. Both these teams are too good at the level that they are, and not much is separating them. So if you can take the ball away, steal a possession here or there, that is going to be huge in determining who comes out victorious today. Both teams are out here on the field. For Central Arkansas, they've got the white helmets, white unis, gray pants. Austin Peay, like I already said, is all black with their jersey set up. It's a picturesque day here in Clarksville, Tennessee, right at about 55 degrees. The sun is shining. You couldn't have asked for a better day for football as we're getting ready here for the coin toss. I'm going to take a quick 30-second timeout and be back with more Govs football and get you ready for kickoff.
Thanksgiving is around the corner, and that means families, food, and fires. Fact is, Thanksgiving is a peak day for cooking fires, averaging 3 times more than any other day, many of these resulting from frying turkeys. So keep yourself and your family safe by remembering these tips. Never use a fryer inside or on wooden decks or patios. Fry your turkey in flat open spaces away from buildings, overhangs, and tripping hazards. Make sure your turkey is thoroughly thawed. Wear safety goggles and heavy-duty mitts while frying, and keep an all-purpose grease fire extinguisher nearby. A Thanksgiving safety reminder from 91.9 FM.
Back here at Forterra Stadium, Reese Britt here with you guys. Austin Peay is going to kick the ball away to Central Arkansas to start this game out. Coin toss has already ensued. The last time these two teams met up was last year at Central Arkansas. Austin Peay ended up falling short in that one, 20-49. Mike DeLillo was 29 for 44, 248 yards. He did throw an interception, no touchdown passes. I like to see that changing today with the pace of offense they like to play. On the other side, Will McElvain, 20 for 31, 260 yards through the air, 3 touchdowns to just 1 interception. So that's where the score differential comes into play there. Austin Peay last year gave up 5 sacks to this Central Arkansas team, so you've got to protect the quarterback. You've got to protect Mike if you were Austin Peay in this one. And then on the other side, Central Arkansas held Austin Peay's offense to field goals in the red zone. So when Austin Peay got into that 20 yards and in, they didn't have much success. Central Arkansas had the answers to all their problems, and they held them to field goals. That's where you see the 20-49 score differential. Austin Peay was penalized 3 times for 43 yards. Central Arkansas was penalized 6 times for 63. So Austin Peay did a good job in that respect, but didn't come out victorious the last time they've met. And actually, Austin Peay has never beaten Central Arkansas. So what a way. If Austin Peay can find a way to win today, what a way that would be for Austin Peay getting their outright UAC Conference Championship, as both teams are set on the field. Beautiful day, like I've already said, in Clarksville, Tennessee. Forterra Stadium is the venue for this one. A packed house here. We're on the visitors' side in the press box, so I can't tell how many butts are in seats on this side, but I can only guess it's a lot, as Riley Stevens will be doing the kicking duties for Austin Peay. Back to return for the Bears, that's going to be number 5, Jared Long, the wide receiver out of Columbus, Mississippi. And number 3, that's going to be Cam Robinson, the sophomore out of Whitehall, Arkansas. Governors and Bears from Forterra Stadium. Both teams are jacked up to play this game today, as all of us up here in the booth are excited to bring this one to you. Riley Stevens getting set at the 35-yard line, and it's football time in Clarksville, Tennessee, as it's going to be fielded by Robinson. He's going to bring it through the 15 to the 20. He finds a crease. He's going to go down the right sideline, get pushed out of bounds at his own 35. So great start for the Bears, as they're going to get a shot on offense first, led by their quarterback, Will McElvain. McElvain, number 2, the quarterback out of Des Moines, Iowa, by way of Northern Iowa, the college, as McElvain last week was 22 for 44, 290 yards, and 3 touchdowns. So what a performance for the sophomore. Started last year as a freshman, true freshman, so let's see what the sophomore has got for the Governors here. This will be their first opportunity on offense. As the snap goes, he's going to give that off through the back, up the middle, gets stuffed at the line, but he finds a crease down to the 40-yard line. So a nice gain of 5 yards to start out the drive from the Bears. On the carry, that looked to be number 25, Jaden Chambers, the freshman, the true freshman out of Keller, Texas, as he'll end up checking out of the game. Number 27, Sunderic Powell, is in the game. Toss out to the right side of the field, gets up around the first down marker. That was number 1, Gerard Baker, last week. 4 catches for 75 yards and a touchdown. Great outing for that young man. As it's just going to be a yard short. So first third down here for the Governors defense. As what a way this would be to get off the field right away. McIlvain and Powell in the backfield. 2 receivers to the wide side of the field. Man in motion. He's going to give it to Powell. Powell gets stopped at the line, and he is short. Sam Howard led the way for the Governors defense, followed by a few of his buddies, and Central Arkansas is bringing the punting unit out. As a 3-and-out right off the bat for the Governors defense. To punt here for the Bears, that's going to be Chandler Corrin, the junior out of Memphis, Tennessee. Back to receive number 10, Jaden Barnes for the Governors. He's going to put his right foot into this one. Going to be returnable. Jaden Barnes returns it well, makes a move, gets up to the 20, to the 35. He keeps rumbling down the field. He gets stopped at around the 25-yard line. So Mike DeLillo and this Governors offense are going to have an opportunity to put points on the board first. As to start for Austin Peay, Mike DeLillo at quarterback. Last week he struggled a little bit, but found a way to win, found a way to will his team to a victory. 17 for 27, 2 TDs and 2 interceptions against the Trailblazers of Utah Tech. But come the Governors offense, we got 4 receivers to the wide side of the field, puts Kenny Odom in motion across the formation as DeLillo looks to sling it out to Kenny Odom and does, but gets stopped for a gain of 2. That right there was number 23, Trey Green, for the Bears. DeLillo with star Javon Jackson right to his backside as he puts Jordan Goko, the tight end, in motion. He's going to he's going to keep on the right side here. Tries to make a move on Trey Green, but man, lays the lumber only for a gain of 1 there. So it's going to end up being a quick third down for the Governors. 3rd and 8 it looks like, as the Governors are going to go quick as they usually do. 2 wide receivers to the wide side of the field. DeLillo with Jackson to his left. Looks over to the sideline, trying to get the right call, right formation as Goko's in the up back position at the line of scrimmage. They'll slow it down here just a little bit, making sure they get in the right call. Snap to DeLillo, fakes the give to Jackson. He's going to run up the middle and cannot get anywhere. Stuffed again by that Bears front 7. And just like Austin Peay on defense getting off the field, Central Arkansas returns the favor right back as they get off the field with just 3 plays. Austin Peay will send the punting unit out. Riley Stevens is going to kick this one deep. There's actually 2 returners back for the Bears. That's going to be number 1, Jared Barnes, and number 6, it looks like T.D. Williams. Riley Stevens, almost an Australian-looking kick as it's going to bounce down the field, gets picked up by Central Arkansas, but gets taken down after a gain of 15. So quick opportunities for both teams go for naught as Central Arkansas is going to bring their offense back out on the field. Barely got to say anything about Will McIlvain, but like I said last week, 22 for 44, 290 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interesting win over Eastern Kentucky. Austin Peay, after the win against Utah Tech, all their eyes were on Central Arkansas versus EKU to see if EKU won that game, Austin Peay didn't matter what happened today, they could have been the outright conference champions, but you like to have a little bit of pressure on a game like this, but 0-0 is your score, 10 minutes and 50 seconds, barely into this first quarter, but we're going to take a really quick timeout. You're listening to Governor's Football on Clarksville's 91.9 FM.
If you're in Montgomery County, you can now text 911 in case of an emergency. This new service should only be used in situations where making a phone call isn't possible, like when speaking out loud would put you in danger, or if you're a person with a hearing or speech impairment. It's as simple as typing 911 and sending a text. Your first text should include the location and type of emergency. Make sure you send short text without slang or abbreviations. 911. Call if you can, text if you can't. A campus and community reminder from 91.9 FM.
Back here at Forterra Stadium, Reese Britt here on the call. 0-0 is your score after 2 offensive possessions for each team. So Central Arkansas is going to get an opportunity after Austin Peay just punted it back to him. They're actually going to start with pretty solid field position from about their own 39-yard line. But for Austin Peay on the front lines here on defense, Jose Knifley Jr. at defensive end, Javon Young, Javon McCray, and Travis Bates circle up that defensive line. Javon MacGyver Jr. and Cedarius Doss out there on islands. Back in the defensive backfield, Michael Rutland Jr. and Xavier Smith. And at the linebacker positions, Tyler Long, Sam Howard, and Corey Chapman. Already have made some big plays as McIlvain drops back, slings it over to Powell on the right side. He's going to get up for a few yards to about the 40-yard line and counting. As the Bears have not used a lot of Shunderick Powell of recent, but he's getting a lot of work in this game as he's going to actually check out of the game. As it looks like they're just going to go empty set with McIlvain in the backfield. 4 receivers out to the wide side of the field as they're going to line up in a stack formation. He's going to send a man in motion as McIlvain's going to drop back, slings it over to the side, gets tipped up, but great play by Corey Chapman to delodge that football, and third down comes up really quick for this Bears offense. As that was Kylan James on the intending end of that pass. Could not come up with it. Number 4, Darius Hale checks into the game at running back. So it'll be McIlvain and Hale in the backfield. Trips left of the formation as it's going to be third down and 9 yards to go here for the Bears as McIlvain gives it off to Hale. Hale meets a man in the gap, gets past him, but cannot reach the first down. So it'll be about 4th and 4 yards to go from Central Arkansas's 44-yard line. A lot of 4s in that sentence there, but it looks like they're going to keep their offense out on the field. Austin Peay's making a few defensive changes along that front line. Gardy Paul checks in at defensive tackle. McIlvain and Hale stay in the game. Quarterback running back is McIlvain checks to the sidelines to get the right call, as he's just going to end up punting this one deep. Austin Peay did not have a man down there. This one looks to be a really good punt, and it is. It's going to be touched at the Austin Peay 8-yard line, so pretty good play there from Central Arkansas, putting the quarterback back there. He's got a little bit of a leg himself, so Austin Peay will take over from their own 9-yard line as they're going to get another opportunity on offense. Both defenses have done a phenomenal job so far in this game. Neither team has yet to make a first down, so we'll see if Austin Peay can break that mold. But before we get there, We'll have more exciting Govs football from Forterra Stadium after this 30-second timeout. You're listening to WAPX-FM, Clarksville's 91.9 FM.
If you're in Montgomery County, you can now text 911 in case of an emergency. This new service should only be used in situations where making a phone call isn't possible, like when speaking out loud would put you in danger, or if you're a person with a hearing or speech impairment. It's as simple as typing 911 and sending a text. Your first text should include the location and type of emergency. Make sure you send short text without slang or abbreviations. 911. Call if you can, text if you can't. A campus and community reminder from 91.9 FM.
From Forterra Stadium in Clarksville, it's a special YouTube broadcast of Govs football. I'm Reese Britt along with Madeline Stubblefield and the 91.9 sports team for the voice of Austin Peay, Clarksville's 91.9 FM. Back here at Forterra Stadium, 9 minutes and 17 seconds left to go in quarter number one. Still knotted up at zeros here. No offense has been able to even get a first down, frankly, in this first quarter. Both teams have had an opportunity. Central Arkansas has had one more opportunity, but the Governors' defense coming up strong again like they have all season. But the head coaching matchup, head coach for Austin Peay, Scotty Walden, this is his 5th season. He's 33-19 overall. Led them last year to the 2022 ASUN Championship, so he has done a phenomenal job here. On the other side, you got Nathan Brown. Actually played quarterback here at Central Arkansas from 2004 to 2008, so a laundry list of stuff he's done for Central Arkansas playing and coaching-wise. As Austin Peay is going to come out on the field on offense. Mike DeLillo, Javon Jackson to his left, Jordan Goko up back position as DeLillo's going to pull it really quick, throw it out to Trey Goodman. Trey Goodman makes a move on on a defensive back and gets up for a first down. That's the first down of the game, and it's going to move the chains here for the Governors offense. As Austin Peay is going to go quick here, DeLillo, Jackson in the backfield. 2 receivers to each side of the formation. DeLillo takes the snap, drops back, getting pressure from the right side. He's trying to sling this over to the top. Can't hit Trey Goodman there on the streak. Great defense being played on both sides, but especially on that play. That was number 6, T.D. Williams. DeLillo gives it off the middle of Jackson. Jackson finds a crease but gets bottled up pretty quickly, but not after a gain of 3. Third down and 8 yards to go for Austin Peay. As DeLillo's changing the play at the line of scrimmage, bringing the 2 wide receivers on the wide side of the formation closer, as he's going to send Trey Shackelford and Kenny Odom into a stack bunch formation here on the right side. Sends Trey Shackelford in motion. So he slings it out to Trey Shackelford right at the first down line. I don't think he got it, as they are going to mark him just a few inches short. So this is an interesting dilemma here for Austin Peay. They're about inches from that first down line, about at their own 33-yard line, and they're going to go for it really quick. DeLillo with Jackson to his left. 4th down and inches here for Austin Peay, as they are going to end up sending the punting unit out. Eight seconds to go, as Austin Peay is going to have to take a timeout. There was a lot of confusion on the field there, as they only had about 4 seconds left on the play clock, and they had a bunch of people running on and off the field. But when we come back, Riley Stevens is going to punt it deep to the Bears. Number 6, T.D. Williams, is going to be on the receiving end of that. as we'll take just a quick 30-second timeout and be back with more Govs football on Clarksville's 91.9 FM.
Thanksgiving is around the corner, and that means families, food, and fires. Fact is, Thanksgiving is a peak day for cooking fires, averaging 3 times more than any other day, many of these resulting from frying turkeys. So keep yourself and your family safe by remembering these tips. Never use a fryer inside or on wooden decks or patios. Fry your turkey in flat open spaces away from buildings, overhangs, and tripping hazards. Make sure your turkey is thoroughly thawed. Wear safety goggles and heavy-duty mitts while frying, and keep an all-purpose grease fire extinguisher nearby. A Thanksgiving safety reminder from 91.9 FM.
Back here at Forterra Stadium, while we were gone, Riley Stevens booted it deep. It ended up going out of bounds, so Central Arkansas will start from their own 26-yard line. Very few offensive explosions here for either team so far early in this ball game. Quarter number 1, 7 minutes and 18 seconds left in the first here. 0-0 is your score. As I didn't really get to Nathan Brown, the head coach for Central Arkansas. Like I said, he played quarterback here at Central Arkansas from 04 to 08. He was actually inducted into the UCA, University of Central Arkansas Hall of Fame in 2016. So he definitely brought a lot to this university, as he was an OC there from 2016 to just a few years ago. He went 33-15, including a 20-5 record in 2016 to 2017, and he had the most efficient passing offense in all of the FCS in 2017. I'd like to see the stats this year, because Mike DeLillo and Coach Walden have definitely been on their P's and Q's this past season, as Mike DeLillo has been outstanding so far, up for so many postseason awards. And he's had his games, no doubt, but Mike DeLillo has definitely been a rock for that Austin Peay offense. Media timeout ensuing here is Central Arkansas. A lot of you listening to this probably don't know much about what they've done so far this season. In week 1, they lost at Oklahoma State. Pretty close game for all in counting. 13-27. They won at Texas College 70-2. They ended up losing to North Dakota State, as usually a lot of teams do. Abilene Christian, they got the win against Southern Utah. They won Southeast Missouri. That was a tight game. They won against Stephen F. Austin, lost against Tarleton State 3 weeks ago, won against North Alabama, and won against EKU. So they've had a phenomenal season with Nathan Brown at the helm, as McIlvain tosses it out to the left side out there to Christian Richmond, the wide receiver. He only gets about 3 yards there on the reception. As Darius Hale checks into the game at running back, McIlvain in the backfield. He motions Hale from left to right. He's gonna fake the give, throws it over to Gerard, and he cannot come up with it. Javon McGyver Jr. on the coverage there. That pass was intended for number 1, Jared Barnes, the 5'11 senior out of Cabot, Arkansas. Jared, last week, 4 catches, 75 yards, and a touchdown for Mr. Baker. So he did a phenomenal job last week in the win against DKU. As McIlvain in the backfield, he's going to drop back, has 5 men deep. He's going to scramble to his right, getting pressured, throws it over the middle, and gets absolutely decleated by Sam Howard. That man has been everywhere so far. As that's going to bring up a 4th down, and Central Arkansas is going to roll out the punting unit. That pass was completed to Trustin Oliver, the junior out of California, but not after the first down. So What a play by Sam Howard. Another 3 and out here for the Governors defense as Jaden Barnes deep to receive for Austin Peay. As Chandler Cawrin puts his right foot into that one. It's a high, booming kick, and Barnes is just going to call a fair catch there. So Austin Peay is going to bring their offense back out, starting at their own 17-yard line. And both of these teams have to figure it out on offense. We knew coming into this game it was going to be a long, drag-out fight, a defensive battle, some may say, but I didn't think it was going to take this long for some blood to be drawn on the scoreboard. As DeLillo comes out with Javon Jackson to his right, 2 receivers wide in the formation, 3 receivers, motions Kenny Odom back here into the slot as he gives it to Jackson. Jackson has a little bit of running room. He creases up to around the 25-yard line, As Austin Peay is going to go quick, it's going to be 2nd and 7 here. DeLillo takes the snap, drops back, looking right. He's going to sling it over to the wide side of the field. And Trey Shackelford came down with it but could not get a foot in bounds, so that's going to be counted as incomplete. That was number 3, James Jordan, the defensive back, on the coverage. As 2 receivers to each side of the formation here for Austin Peay. DeLillo with Jackson to his right. He's going to fake the give to Jackson. He's going to drop back, getting pressured from the right side, and he cannot get out of a sack. That is number 9, David Walker, the junior out of Stuttgart, Arkansas. And he comes up with a sack, huge sack on Mike DeLillo. There was a flag on the field, but that was illegal hands to the face on Brennan Smith for Austin Peay, so that penalty is going to be declined. And what do you know, Austin Peay sending the punting unit back out on the field. So Riley Stevens is going to boot it away to Andrew Hayes. As I feel like this game's a pendulum. It just keeps going back and forth, with absolutely no offense being played. Only 1 first down in this game so far. As Riley Stevens puts his right foot into this one, it's going to go out of bounds right at the Central Arkansas 40-yard line. So Will McIlvain and that offense is going to come back out. Talk about 2 teams on the offensive side of the ball that really have not gone too deep into the transfer portal to build their 2 teams. Only 3 offensive starters for Central Arkansas are transfers. Wide receiver number 1, Gerard Barnes from Arkansas, Will McIlvain, the quarterback, Northern Iowa, and the tight end, Jordan Owens, the Coffeyville Community College transfer. As McIlvain fakes the give to the running back, he's going to run this off the left side, getting pressured and gets taken down by Xavier Smith right at the line of scrimmage. So no gain on that first down scamper by McIlvain. Actually maybe lost about a couple inches to a half yard. As McIlvain doesn't give it up the middle and gets taken down. That is big Travis Bates, the defensive end out of Texas, off that left end. That's going to lose them 5 yards. So 3rd down and 15 here for Central Arkansas's offense. Austin Peay is going to pin their ears back on the defensive front and get after the quarterback here if I had to guess. Third down and 15 to go for the Bears. Austin Peay brings out an extra defensive back for a dime package as McIlvain's going to drop back, dumps it up to the running back, and he gets close to the first down, but just a couple yards short. That's going to be number 7, Kylan James, the junior out of Arkansas, on the reception, but not before he gets taken down before the sticks. As McIlvain's going to stay out there with the offense around midfield. As they're probably going to try and get him just to jump as Hale motions up to the line. As they're actually going to snap it, but he's going to kick it deep just like before. And that ball is going to roll past the 10, down to the 5, to the 3, to the 2, and to the goal line. I don't even want to call that special teams because that's offense, but Will McIlvain, everybody, for all you D1 coaches out there, might want to hop in the transfer portal for a punter here soon. He downs it at the 1-yard line, so Austin Peay is going to be backed up in their own territory. If I had to guess, they're going to rely on the running game to try and get him out of there. Javon Jackson, last week, just at 200 yards rushing on 40 carries, so you know his legs aren't quite under him for this week, but they're going to keep feeding the young man as DeLillo with Jackson in the backfield. 2 receivers split out to the formation. Takes the snap. Doesn't give it. Throws it over the top. He's got Kenny Odom. He's to the 35-30. And he gets taken down by the horse collar at the 40-yard line of Austin Peay. So what a huge play. There's actually 3 flags on the field. If I had to guess, they're going to be all on Central Arkansas. But what a double move from Kenny Odom, the freshman. As Austin Peay wants to go quick, but the refs are not going to have any of that as they're going to try and figure out what's going on. As that's going to tack another 15 yards onto the end of that pass and catch from DeLillo to Odom. As a horse collar was called on the tackle. As Austin Peay is going to go quick. Stacks receivers to the left side of the formation. Shackelford to the right side. DeLillo fakes the give to Jackson. He's looking deep. He's going to scramble out to the right side. Throws it to Javon Jackson. Cannot come up with it. That was number 4, Cameron Godfrey, the defensive back on the tackle. The ball went straight through the hands of Javon Jackson, so second down and 10 yards. 2 minutes and counting here in quarter number 1. Score still knotted up 0-0. As DeLillo is going to send about everybody in the formation in motion. As Javon Jackson to his left, he's going to give it to him up the middle. And he scampers forward for a gain of 3. So Coach Walden still trying to stay with the run game as it's all for naught so far. Only a 3-yard gain on that, so it's going to end up being 3rd down and 7 here for Austin Peay as Javon Jackson went to the sideline. As Mike DeLillo sends Kenny Odom from right to left across the formation. DeLillo in the backfield alone. He's going to get full max protect. He's going to sling it over the top, and that has to be a flag there. As ball was intended for Trey Goodman. It looked like they got him across the face mask, but the yellow flag did not come out of the ref's pocket. So 4th down and 7 yards from Central Arkansas's 42-yard line. Austin Peay is going to try and pin him deep. Flip some field position here. Riley Stevens. He's going to put his right foot into this one. It looks to be angling towards the sideline. And it takes a governor's bounce out at the Central Arkansas 8. So, minute and 30 left in quarter number 1. Score is still 0-0. We got a defensive brawl out here at Fort Harris Stadium. today is usually, Austin Peay is used to scoring 30, 40, 50-plus points every game. As many people, as I talked to a lot of people during this week, they said that's not what this game's going to be. It's going to be a long defensive drag-out fight. It's going to be field position, time of possession. So we are seeing that to full effect today. McIlvain brings the offense back out. He's going to take the snap, gives it off to Hale. Hale does not have much running room at the line of scrimmage, as his helmet's going to end up popping off, but that was a gain of 2. Second down and 8 from deep in Central Arkansas territory. Last offensive possession for Austin Peay. That was the first time either one of these two teams has even crossed into another team's territory. So Central Arkansas is trying to do the same here, as Will McIlvain's going to set up the screen pass. He does that to perfection, gets it out there to the wide side to Kalen James. So he's going to scamper up for a gain of 3 yards there. So third down is ensuing. Everybody is stomping the fort here. That's third down and 4 yards ensuing for the Bears offense. Darius Hale to the left. Last week, he only rushed the ball 5 times for 15 yards, so they could not get the running game going as McIlvain slings it to the wide side, and it's picked off by Sadarius Doss. Sadarius Doss puts his right foot in the ground and jumps the out route, as great field position has been set up here for Austin Peay's offense. Sadarius Doss on the year. That'll tally up to be his 3rd interception. He leads the team with 3, but coming into this game, he led the team with 2 as he adds 1 more to that total. He's been the most consistent defensive back Austin Peay has had this entire year as he comes up big again. As Mike DeLillo and the offense is fired up to get back out here on the field as they come trotting out. DeLillo with Jackson to his left, 2 receivers to the left side of the formation. As they're going to pitch it, it's on the ground. Trey Goodman fumbled it. On the return is Central Arkansas is going to jump on that fumble. They give it right back. Austin Peay tries to go with a little trickery, the end around, and Trey Goodman could not corral the pitch as the ball hits the turf. And Austin Peay gives it right back to Central Arkansas. I said coming into the game that you have to steal a possession if you're either one of these two teams, but especially Austin Peay, you've got to take care of the football, especially deep in Central Arkansas territory. As they almost got a little too cute with that one, but just like we never left, McIlvain and the Bears offense is back out on the field. 2 receivers in the formation. They give it off. It's going to be the end around back to McIlvain. McIlvain getting pressured. Gets it off there to Jared Barnes, but it gets taken down behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 6. Xavier Smith saw that coming the whole way. As Central Arkansas is going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, 2nd down and 17 yards ensuing, as we're going to take a quick 30-second timeout and be back with more Govs football on Clarksville's 91.9 FM.
Get the buzz on the faculty and alumni of Austin Peay's College of Arts and Letters by tuning in to Govs on the Go. It's a way to celebrate the story of the college's graduates and catch up on the highlights of faculty accomplishments. Hosted by Dean W. Buzz Hoon, you can listen to the Govs on the Go podcast on Apple, Spotify, Audible, Pandora, and iHeartRadio, and watch the full video on YouTube. It's the Govs on the Go podcast with Dean Buzz Hoon. For more information, check our Facebook page at WAPX-FM 91.9.
Back here at Fort Terrace Stadium, Austin Peay had an opportunity just a second ago, if you're just joining us, to put the first points on the board, but they gave it right back to Central Arkansas on a fumble. So quarter number 2 is starting up here. Score is still knotted up 0-0 as a picturesque day here, 55 degrees in Clarksville, Tennessee. Sun is shining on the huge Tennessee Govs logo at midfield, stretching from 30 to 30. As pretty solid crowd we got out here. Is not a lot of empty seats I'm seeing on the home side for Austin Peay. Can't really tell with Central Arkansas, but I see a lot of red and black on the visitors side too, where tickets might be a little cheaper. But as really quick, I'm going to run you through a few stats I just got. As Darius Hale, the starting running back, has only had 2 attempts, has gained 5 yards. Shunderick Powell, the backup, 2 attempts for 3 yards. So Austin Peay shutting down the run was key coming into this game. On the other side here, passing, Will McIlvain, 7 for 10. Has 1 interception, but has only thrown for 20 yards. He's been sacked 1 time. So is Mike DeLillo on the other side. Mike's only went 4 for 8, 64 yards, a long of 39. Remember, backed up in his own territory, tosses it to Kenny Odom for a gain of 39 yards as they were backed up on pretty much the 1-yard line. Receiving for Austin Peay, Kenny Odom and Trey Goodman both have 3 receptions, or 3 targets. Kenny Odom's got 2 receptions, Trey Goodman just 1. So both offenses almost didn't get off the buses today, but the defenses, Xavier Smith, 1.5 tackles for loss. Xavier Smith has been everywhere. 6 total tackles already in quarter number 1. He keeps up with that. It's going to be a tough day for Central Arkansas. As we'll get this second quarter going here, McIlvain drops back with 3 receivers to the right side of the field, has plenty of time, throws it downhill to Kylan James, and Sadarius Doss lays the lumber on Kylan James. So 3rd down and 19 to go. Central Arkansas started this drive from their own 31-yard line. Ball right now is spotted on the 27 as McIlvain's going to drop back. He's getting pressured from front and drops it off to Tyler Long there on the stop. Number 9 was the guy on the reception. That's David Walker. Or excuse me, that's Trustin Oliver there. So 4th down ensuing. Central Arkansas is going to throw the punt unit back out on the field. Jaden Barnes deep to receive for Austin Peay. Excuse me, that's going to actually be Trey Goodman. Austin Peay might want to think about coming after this, and they do, and they almost get to it. Wow. As that ball is going to trundle down to Austin Peay's 32-yard line. So that's where they'll bring the offense, or at least we think that's where the offense is going to come out on the field, as there is a flag thrown down back near where the punter kicked the ball from. So we'll await that call really quick here. Wow. So that's going to hurt the Govs tremendously. Roughing the kicker, a 15-yard penalty, and an automatic 1st down. So that's one way to get the offensive woes out of you, is get a few penalties under your belt and get the ball moving that way. As in the first quarter, we only had one penalty for 15 yards. That was on Central Arkansas. So Austin Peay just thought they'd return the favor with that, but in a much worse position than when Central Arkansas committed their penalty. As the defense comes back out on the field for Austin Peay, so does the offense for Central Arkansas. McElvain in the backfield. He's going to just turn around and give it off. And it's Sam Howard through the A-gap. Makes a play behind the line of scrimmage. That man has been everywhere. Add a solo tackle for loss on his stat sheet tonight. He already has .5 in that first quarter. As he adds another one with a loud pop of the pads to put Central Arkansas behind the chains here. McElvain with Hale in the backfield. Cute. Oh, wow. Nice little pitch to Hale as he is a big man running through there as he is down to the Austin Peay 35-yard line. As Austin Peay brought Corey Chapman off that slot on a blitz, and beautiful read by McElvain in that offense. He's going to turn around, fake the give, throws it out to the tight end, running across the formation. He's going to get up the sidelines. He hurdles a man. He hurdled Michael Rutland Jr. around the 11-yard line. As a lot of confusion is going down on the field. There's a flag here, a flag there. Holding is going to be called on the offense, so that play is going to be negated. As number 4, Darius Hale, 5'11", 225. The junior out of Pearland, Texas. I mean, that man is big. He was rumble. He looked about as big as our defensive end out there for Austin Peay. So I don't know if coaching's rocket science, but get the ball into that man's hands and just let him go to work. So first down and 15 yards to go for Central Arkansas's offense. Ball is spotted on Austin Peay's 40. As you might be able to guess, whistles on the field. As there's a bit of confusion. Austin Peay thinks it's on Central Arkansas. Central Arkansas thinks it's on Austin Peay. So the refs are conversing around the line of scrimmage here. Scotty Walden's out there talking to him. $11 minutes and 59 seconds left in quarter number 2. Score still 0-0 as both teams have had 4 offensive possessions already. First time Will McElvain and the Central Arkansas offense has been in Austin Peay territory. As Austin Peay's defense has done a great job so far. As I think we got everything sorted out. So McElvain in the offense, first down and 15 from Austin Peay's 40. And we're finally going to get some balls. So McElvain drops back, getting pressured from up the middle by Darius Richards. He's going to go deep. He's got a wide receiver out there, and it's dropped. Beautiful coverage by number 12. That's going to be Jaheim Ward, the redshirt sophomore out of Moultrie, Georgia. Pass was intended for Miles Butler, the wide receiver, but he could not come down with it as Jaheim Ward, with a great defensive play, turned his head, found the ball, threw his arm through the wide receiver's hands and broke up that pass. Beautiful defense. Austin Peay has played very tough defense already today. McElvain sends Barnes as he's going to sling it out there to Barnes again, but he drops it. So, man, what a confusing play that was, as they sent Barnes across the formation, and they ended up throwing it to him, but he could not come up with it as McIlvain and the offense looks confused right now. They got people going on and off the field. As Austin Peay's defense is just sitting there ready for play. 3rd down and 15 yards to go here. As timeout is going to be called by Central Arkansas. So that's already 2 timeouts taken by Coach Brown and that coaching staff. So with that timeout, we're going to take one with them. We're going to take a quick 30-second timeout and be back with more Govs football on Clarksville's 91.9 FM.
As you go about your daily life, look closer. Every year across America, a staggering 4.2 million youth are homeless or trafficked. Covenant House is the national leader providing safe housing for youth, 50 years strong. Every youth who walks into Covenant House gets clean clothes, hot meals, medical care, and a safe place to sleep. So, look closer at Covenant House and help us fight youth homelessness. To help or get help, go to covenanthouse.org.
Get the buzz on the faculty and alumni of Austin Peay's College of Arts and Letters by tuning in to Govs on the Go. It's a way to celebrate the story of the college's graduates and catch up on the highlights of faculty accomplishments. Hosted by Dean W. Buzz Hoon, you can listen to the Govs on the Go podcast on Apple, Spotify, Audible, Pandora, and iHeartRadio, and watch the full video on YouTube. It's the Govs on the Go podcast with Dean Buzz Hoon. For more information, check our Facebook page at WAPX-FM 91.9.
Back here at Fort Terrace Stadium on the campus of Austin Peay State University. 11 minutes and 38 seconds left in the first half of football here. Score still knotted up 0-0. We're in a defensive grudge match so far. So I've already gone through what the season has looked like for Central Arkansas. So I'm going to go through what the season's looked like for Austin Peay. It's been an up and down season really to start out as they dropped the first 2 at Southern Illinois and at the University of Tennessee. Neither one of those, they played Tennessee a little bit better than Southern Illinois, but ended up losing in both of those. And then they have gone on an 8-game win streak. So win against ETSU, SFA, Lindenwood, Gardner-Webb, Southern Utah, North Alabama, Eastern Kentucky, and then last week against Utah Tech. So Austin Peay is not looking to break their streak today, but score knotted up 0-0. Both teams have had plenty of opportunities, especially on the defensive end, to put their offense in some good spots, but neither offense has been able to execute as McIlvain is going to give it off the left side, but is going to be called back for a hold. As number 7, Kylan James, the 6-foot junior out of Dumas, Arkansas, takes the carry off the left side, but that's going to be coming back as he initially had enough for the first down. As now they're all pointing towards Austin Peay, and it's going to be on Austin Peay, so illegal hands to the face on Gardy Paul. So Central Arkansas is pushing even deeper into Austin Peay territory. Central Arkansas on offense this season, 34.5 points per game on average. So both of these teams know how to score the football. They just haven't done it so far in this game as McIlvain slings it out to Barnes on the edge. Barnes gets up for a gain of 3, tackled by Corey Chapman. Ball's going to end up being spotted at the 4 here. So 2nd down and 4 yards to go as Central Arkansas is threatening. James in the backfield. He's going to fake the give to James. He's getting pressured by Jose Knifley, and he's going to throw it out the back of the end zone. So 3rd down and ensuing here for the Bears. One thing Central Arkansas has that not a lot of teams at the FCS level have is size up front. Their offensive line averages 6'4", 310 across the board. So if you want to run the ball, that's not a bad offensive line to be running behind. So, and they're going to put another one in there. That's number 72, Becarius Collier, as they have got 11 personnel on the field, everybody on the line of scrimmage. Timeout's going to be taken. Central Arkansas is going to take a timeout here. That's actually their second of the half. So Austin Peay, I guess, got charged with one earlier in the first quarter. But with that, the score is still 0-0. We'll take a 30-second timeout. You're listening to Govs Football on Clarksville's 91.9 FM.
Hey, everything okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
Honey. Hey, I'm here for you. Tell me about school today.
When kids can't find the right words, music can help them sound it out. Talk to the kids in your life about their emotional well-being. Find tools and resources at sounditouttogether.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and Pivotal Ventures.
Back here, Forterra Stadium, really quick. McIlvain hands it up the middle to Hale, and did he get it? No. What a stop by the Governor's defense, as he's going to be stuffed right at the line of scrimmage. So fourth down ensuing here for Central Arkansas, as the Bears even put in the big bruising back of Darius Hale, 5'11", 225. But he even couldn't get in behind that offensive line, as great play by the Govs defense. So Central Arkansas is going to send the field goal unit out. That's number 22, Jake Gaster, the place kicker from Frisco, Texas. He throws one up, snap is good, hold is even better, and kicks right through the middle of the upright. So first points of the game goes to Central Arkansas, as Austin Peay is going to try and get theirs on this upcoming possession. But we'll take a quick 30-second timeout and be back with more Govs football on Clarksville's 91.9 FM.
Hey, everything okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
Honey. Hey, I'm here for you. Tell me about school today.
When kids can't find the right words, music can help them sound it out. Talk to the kids in your life about their emotional well-being. Find tools and resources at sounditouttogether.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and Pivotal Ventures.
Each year, millions of animals are abandoned, and more than 1 million are euthanized before they can be rescued. Organizations like American Humane are working to harness the healing power of the human-animal bond, as animals can be trained as life-saving service and therapy dogs to help veterans, the elderly, and children with special needs to overcome the obstacles of everyday life. To find out how you can help give animals and the people they help a new leash on life, please visit AmericanHumane.org.
Welcome to the Govs. You're listening to the Special Govs halftime show live on YouTube. I'm Reese Britt along with Madeline Stubblefield and the 91.9 sports team for the voice of Austin Peay, 91.9 FM. Back here, Forterra Stadium, your score with 10 minutes and 17 seconds left. Central Arkansas draws first blood 3, Austin Peay 0, as Austin Peay's going to get an opportunity on offense to do something that neither one of these teams has done today, which is score a touchdown. They've been close a couple times. They've been in Central Arkansas territory. They just have not been able to come out with any points, as the one time they got into the red zone, they turned it over, gave it right back to Central Arkansas coming off of an interception by Cedarius Doss. So Number 59, Jake Ward, the place kicker, is going to put his right foot into this one. As he does, this one's going to be returnable. It looks like Jaden Barnes is back there. He muffs it at the catch, but he finds it again. He's to the 30-yard line. He gets taken down right at about Austin Peay's 32. So that's where the Austin Peay offense is going to come out and start their drive from. Austin Peay on offense this season, 37.5 points per game. They actually have scored 68 total points off turnovers. We thought, at least I thought we were going to have some points off turnovers there. We were going to add to that total, but all for naught. As Austin Peay outscores teams 110-43 in the first quarter. That's something of note, as they usually jump on teams first, as we've seen the reverse happen today, and in the fourth quarter, 114-63. So Austin Peay starts fast and they end fast. A lot of what's going on in the middle, the coaching staff has got to clean up come playoff time, but can't focus on that now. Have got to put some points on the board here, especially before halftime. Just got note that Cam Thomas, interesting that we haven't seen him out there. I was just questioning why I haven't called his name yet. Cam Thomas, the redshirt sophomore, has been ruled out with an upper body injury. So timetable, we don't quite know what that is for him, whether it be this week, next week, or the week after. If Austin Peay keeps winning football games like they have, we don't know how long he's going to be out, but pray for a speedy recovery for Cam Thomas. As I was just wondering why I have not seen him on the field. Well, that's exactly why, the upper body injury. As Austin Peay's offense comes running out on the field, Mike DeLillo, Javon Jackson, Trey Goodman, Kenny Odom, and Trey Shackelford for the skill positions. Jordan Goko at the tight end. This offensive line for Austin Peay has started every single game of the season together outside of the first one. DeLillo gives it to Jackson. Jackson scampers up through the A-gap for a gain of 4. That's going to set up a 2nd down and 6. Austin Peay looking to go fast here. DeLillo looking to the sideline. 2 receivers split out wide to the numbers on the left side of the formation. Sends Kenny Odom in motion from left to right. He's going to give it actually to Javon Jackson. He goes up the field for a gain of 3, maybe 2.5 there. So a 3rd down ensuing here. 3rd and 4. Austin Peay really trying to hammer in the run game early to open up the over-the-top passing game. As DeLillo with Javon Jackson to his left, sends Kenny Odom in motion into the slot. He's going to give it to Javon Jackson. He gets enough for the 1st down and more. He keeps rumbling across the 40-yard line of Austin Peay. So that's going to be a 1st down. Governors reset the chains, and Austin Peay's looking to go quick here. DeLillo drops back, slings it to the right side of the formation to Shackelford. Shackelford makes the catch across the 50-yard line, and a flag's going to be thrown right at the point of contact. As we'll await the call, but that is not until after a gain of 15 and a 1st down, Governors. So a face mask was called on the man making the tackle over there on Trey Shackelford. So a free 15 yards for the Governors, as they have now gotten into Central Arkansas territory around the 31. Kenny Odom Goes in motion, gives it to Javon Jackson up the middle. He fights his way forward for a gain of 1 down to the Central Arkansas 29. 2nd and 9 ensuing for the Governors offense. As you got to give it out to both these defenses. They've played with such intensity so far in this game. As DeLillo with Jackson to his right. DeLillo drops back. He's getting pressured and sacked. They brought the outside linebacker blitz. That's number 10, Jake Godley. As that's going to push Austin Peay into 3rd and a mile, it seems. 3rd and 15 to go. As Austin Peay is going to go 5 wide with DeLillo by himself in the backfield. MJ Singleton checks into the game in the slot. Trips left of the formation. DeLillo by himself in the backfield. He looks to the sidelines as he's changing the play call. Slings it to Brennan Hawkins, the Kansas State transfer on the right side. It's not going to even be close to enough. But Central Arkansas doing a phenomenal job disguising blitzes, especially coming off of DeLillo's blind side. So 4th down and 13 short yards to go. As they'll bring out the field goal unit, as this one's going to be about a 52-yarder for Maddox Trujillo. Maddox on the year, 13 for 14 on field goals, 43 for 45 on point after attempts. As they're actually going to go for it. Oh, my Lord. What a catch by Trey Goodman, but that's not going to count, as they wanted to go with the fake field goal. So to explain a little better than what I've done so far, they run the field goal unit out on the field. They set up in a field goal formation. You know, Trey Goodman with the holder, Maddox Trujillo kicking, Bryce Robinson out wide. Bryce Robinson, a backup quarterback, actually goes into the holding position. Trey Goodman runs out there to the wide side of the field. They throw it to Trey Goodman. He makes a wild one-handed catch, but all for naught. False start on Austin Peay, pushes them back even further. So now they're going to send out Riley Stevens in this punting unit, trying to kick it deep there. Number 1, Andrew Hayes, the defensive back, is going to be back there to receive. Riley Stevens punts this one through the back of the end zone. So Central Arkansas will start their fresh drive at their own 25-yard line. 6 minutes and 13 seconds left in quarter number 2. Central Arkansas has a slim lead on Austin Peay, 3-0 from Forterra Stadium. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout and be back with more Govs football on Clarksville's 91.9 FM.
Get the buzz on the faculty and alumni of Austin Peay's College of Arts and Letters by tuning in to Govs on the Go. It's a way to celebrate the story of the college's graduates and catch up on the highlights of faculty accomplishments. Hosted by Dean W. Buzz Hoon, you can listen to the Govs on the Go podcast on Apple, Spotify, Audible, Pandora, and iHeartRadio, and watch the full video on YouTube. It's the Govs on the Go podcast with Dean Buzz Hoon. For more information, check our Facebook page at WAPX-FM 91.9.
Back here at Forterra Stadium, 6 minutes and 13 seconds left in quarter number 2 in this ball game here Central Arkansas 3, Austin Peay 0. We're going to send it down to the sidelines with Madeline Stubblefield. She's got a little something for us. Madeline.
Well, Reese, I have a little injury update for you. It's been a joke here all week about the injury reserve list. It looks like President Lakari won't be on the field today as he celebrated too hard last weekend. He ended up breaking his finger from breaking the stone a little too much to celebrate this conference championship today. I know we will definitely still see him celebrating today and giving it all for the Govs as they will be making history being back-to-back conference champs. It is nothing but excitement here at the fort. We are seeing the players celebrate with the crowd here throwing water up in the stands as well as President Lakari. It's great out here. Back to you, Reese.
Appreciate it, Madeline, as both teams are going to come back out on the field. Austin Peay's defense, Central Arkansas's offense. Will McIlvain has done an okay job so far in this game, but definitely the coaching staff wants a little better from their quarterback. As Austin Peay's defense, they've played phenomenal so far. Stacks receivers to each side of the formation for McIlvain in the offense. Blitz coming from Sam Howard, but they give it off up the middle as he's going to find a lane to the outside. Breaks a tackle, gets to the 25, to the 30, just short of the 30 here, to the 27. That was number 27, Shunderick Powell. Second down and 3 yards to go as Powell will come out of the game for Kylan James. McIlvain takes the snap, getting pressured as he's just going to throw it at the feet of James. Great job by Austin Peay's defensive front to get to the quarterback quick. Third down and short. Austin Peay stomping the fort. Kylan James checks out of the game for Hale at running back. Jordan Owens comes back into the game, the Coffeyville Community College transfer. 35% on third downs. Central Arkansas, they run it up the middle with Hale. Hale seemed to get nowhere right off the jump, and it looks like he might have enough. It is right at the sticks. As it will be fourth down, fourth and very short, maybe the length of the football. As the Bears will send their punting unit out. So number 46, Chandler Carrin, will kick it deep to Jaden Barnes. Carrin puts his right foot into this one. It's a good punt here. Barnes is just going to let it drop and trundle out of bounds around the 26-yard line of Austin Peay. So good defensive stop by the Governors. The offense has to pick it up just a little bit. As Austin Peay getting ready to bring the offense back out on the field. Trips right to the formation for DeLillo and Jackson in the backfield. Trey Goodman to the left side as they are way outside the numbers. As give to Javon Jackson up the middle. He's going to rumble forward for a gain of 5. So it's second down and 5 ensuing. Four minutes and 25 seconds left in the second quarter here as MJ Singleton motions out to be stacked with Trey Goodman. DeLillo's going to drop back. He's going to throw it over to MJ Singleton, and he gets hit hard by a linebacker crossing the middle of the field. That was number 4, Cameron Godfrey, the 6-foot senior. comes across the middle and lays the lumber on MJ Singleton. So Governors have got to figure it out on offense here. 3rd down and 7 yards to go. Two receivers to each side of the formation for Austin Peay. Javon Jackson motions out to the tight end spot. DeLillo drops back, looks back to his left, slings it to Kenny Odom, and he gets slung down by number 40, Kendarius Moore, the linebacker. That is going to be enough for a first down and more, as that's a first down, Governors. Always nice when you can move the chains on your first couple plays on offense, as Austin Peay is going to go quick here. Stacks to both sides of the formation. Javon Jackson right behind DeLillo. DeLillo slings it to MJ Singleton. He gets up the field really quick, but not after a gain of 4 yards. Second and 7, so only a gain of 3 yards on the catch and run from Singleton as DeLillo awaits the snap here. He pulls it from Javon Jackson, gets it to MJ Singleton. He's across the 45 and gets taken down there by Tamarion Wilson, the defensive back, but not until a gain of about 20 there, down to Central Arkansas's 41-yard line. DeLillo drops back to pass. Tosses it over there to Kenny Odom. Kenny Odom across the 30. Now to the 25, to the 20. And he gets pushed out of bounds to the Central Arkansas 20. Here come the red flash, the Austin Peay offense. As the refs are going to wave their hands in the air. We've got an injured player on the field. We won't speculate on that, but it looks to be the defensive back, Cameron Godfrey, the senior out of Spring Hill, Texas. He's been pretty much a workhorse for this Central Arkansas defense, as last week he had 9 total tackles on that outside. It says DB on the stat sheet, but he's really a linebacker. He comes down, plays in the box most of the time. He's a big guy. So that halts Austin Peay's momentum driving down the field, but first down and 10, 2 minutes and 38 seconds left in quarter number 2. Austin Peay is down to Central Arkansas's 20-yard line, so they've officially entered the red zone for the first time in the ball game. Let's see if they can capitalize, come away with some points. Doesn't even have to be 7. They could come away with 3 and tie this ball game back up. But let's see what Scotty Walden and the coaching staff has dialed up. As Godfrey was able to walk off under his own power, so that's good news for that young man. As 4 receivers to the right of the formation, but they all come in motion back into their normal spots. Trey Goodman motions into a stack trip set here on the left side of the formation as they're going to sling it to Kenny Odom. Kenny Odom gets up to the 15, down to the 6-yard line it looks like. So second down and 2 to go for the Governors. They're going to go quick as usual when they get to the red zone. Give it to Javon Jackson. He finds a crease on the left side. He's down there to the 5. He rumbles to the 4 and finally gets taken down by a whole host of Bears, led by T.D. Williams, the defensive back. Number 11, Demetrius Charles, the linebacker, was right there with him as Austin Peay's going to go quick. They give it up the middle to Javon Jackson. He finds a crease through the B gap but can't get much else, as that was the first down play. So they'll have at least 2 more, maybe 3 more if they go for it on 4th down from this same spot. Second down and 3 yards to go. Jack Baker, the tight end, checks into the game. A 2 tight end set with Goko and Baker on the right side of the formation. DeLillo in the backfield. Gives it to Kenny Odom. He's to the 3, to the 1. Touchdown, Governors! Kenny Odom goes in motion, gets the snap directly from Mike DeLillo, and he runs it in on the right side. So that breaks the scoreless streak for Austin Peay. They march it 70 yards into Central Arkansas territory and put 6 points on the board as Austin Peay comes out in a weird set. But they're going to bring everybody back in motion to the normal PAT formation as Maddox Trujillo on the year, 43 of 45 on point after attempts. Snap is good, hold is good, and kick is even better. Austin Peay breaks their scoring drought with just a minute left in quarter number 2. Really 59 seconds. Austin Peay 7, Central Arkansas 6. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout and be back with more Govs football on Clarksville's 91.9 FM.
Thanksgiving is around the corner, and that means families, food, and fires. Fact is, Thanksgiving is a peak day for cooking fires, averaging 3 times more than any other day. Many of these resulting from frying turkeys. So keep yourself and your family safe by remembering these tips. Never use a fryer inside or on wooden decks or patios. Fry your turkey in flat open spaces away from buildings, overhangs, and tripping hazards. Make sure your turkey is thoroughly thawed.
From Forterra Stadium in Clarksville, it's a special YouTube broadcast of Govs football. I'm Reese Britt along with Madeline Stubblefield and the 91.9 sports team, the voice of Austin Peay, Clarksville's 91.9 FM. So Austin Peay breaks their scoring drought there as Riley Stevens puts his right foot into this one. It's way high up in the air, but it's through the back of the end zone. So just a minute left in quarter number 2. Austin Peay strikes for the first touchdown of the afternoon from both of these teams. As we knew it was going to be one of these type of games. You know, Austin Peay, really neither is Central Arkansas, but both of these teams aren't used to games that are long, drag-out defensive battles. But that's what we have on our hands today is just 10 points combined between both these two teams in the first half. As McIlvain will bring his offense back out on the field. They do have a minute left. 1 timeout, though, for the Bears, so that could hurt them just a tad going into halftime. He gives it off to James. James gets bottled up right at the line of scrimmage. First one there was Javon McIver Jr. Travis Bates was shortly behind him. As somebody took a timeout. I don't know if it was Central Arkansas. That would be a little questionable on their end if they ended up doing that. But it looks like that's going to be charged to Austin Peay. So good decision there by Coach Walden and staff is if they go, 3 plays and out here, Austin Peay could get the ball back around the 30-yard line of their own and march it down, maybe get a chunk play and maybe try and get a field goal going into the half. They do receive the second half kick, so if they could go 2 for 1 here, I think that's what their idea is. McIlvain with Kylan James to his right. McIlvain will drop back, getting pressured, slings it down to James as he gets taken down right at the line of scrimmage, taken down inbounds, so the clock will keep running as 3rd down and 8 yards ensuing as the clock keeps ticking down. 27 seconds left in the half. As they'll give it off up the middle, and he's going to get taken down right before the line of scrimmage. Javon McCray looks to be shaken up on the play as he's face down as 4 seconds left in quarter number 2. Austin Peay 7, Central Arkansas 3. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout and be back with more Govs football on Clarksville's 91.9 FM.
Hi, I'm EJ Williams. Each year, millions of animals are abandoned, and more than 1 million are euthanized before they can be rescued. Organizations like American Humane are working to harness the healing power of the human-animal bond, as animals can be trained as life-saving service and therapy dogs to help veterans, the elderly, and children with special needs to overcome the obstacles of everyday life. To find out how you can help give animals and the people they help a new leash on life, please visit AmericanHumane.org.
From Forterra Stadium in Clarksville, it's a special YouTube broadcast of Govs football. I'm Reese Britt along with Madeline Stubblefield and the 91.9 sports team for the voice of Austin Peay, Clarksville's 91.9 FM. As with that injury, 10-second runoff will be calculated and put in, so with there only being 4 seconds left on the clock, that'll take us to halftime. So right at half, your score, Austin Peay 7, Central Arkansas 3. What a defensive battle, first and foremost, from both of these teams. Austin Peay dominating the line of scrimmage up front for most of the first quarter and a half, and then Central Arkansas started to get the ball moving just a little bit. Austin Peay didn't help themselves when they intercepted a ball on the sidelines deep in Central Arkansas territory and then gave it right back to them the next play. So both of these two teams are definitely wanting to get this win today. As with a score of 7-3, we'll take 60-second timeout and be back with a halftime special here on Clarksville's 91.9 FM.
As you go about your daily life, look closer. Every year across America, a staggering 4.2 million youth are homeless or trafficked. Covenant House is the national leader providing safe housing for youth, 50 years strong. Every youth who walks into Covenant House gets clean clothes, hot meals, medical care, and a safe place to sleep. So, look closer at Covenant House and help us fight youth homelessness. To help or get help, go to covenanthouse.org.
Welcome to Govs Football Halftime Show from Forterra Stadium. I'm Reese Britt along with Madeline Stubblefield and the 91.9 sports team on this special YouTube broadcast for the voice of Austin Peay, WAPX-FM, Clarksville's 91.9 FM. Back here at halftime, Austin Peay 7, Central Arkansas 3. I'm going to take you through a little halftime show here. Is Austin Peay, like I just said, 7-3 currently. Austin Peay scores really quickly before halftime, giving the Bears almost no time to go back down the field and score on their own. So Austin Peay, when they come out, will receive the second half kick. They kind of went a little 2-for-1 ordeal as they got the ball back, scored, and now they'll get the ball coming out of half. So on one side, let's start with Central Arkansas. Central Arkansas throughout the first half, they played phenomenal defense other than that one drive, giving up an 80-yard drive for Austin Peay to score. They played great defense. They established themselves at the line of scrimmage. Their linebackers right now are playing phenomenal football. They're reading their keys very well. Defensive backs are ultimately shutting down our wide receivers just a little bit. You know, in the first quarter, Trey Goodman, 3 targets, 1 catch for 16 yards, only a long of 16. And so Kenny Odom, 2 targets, 2 catches for 41 yards. So, you know, Central Arkansas, their strength is one up front in their front 4 on defense and then outside on islands. You know, they like to play a lot of one high safety looks, and, you know, that's basically the defense coordinator is basically telling the cornerbacks, they're like, look, you're out there on an island, you're going to be there, you got to shut down the guy that is looking at you through his face mask. So I got a few halftime reports here for you, so I'll take you right here through them. Kylan James is the leading rusher for Central Arkansas, only has had 2 carries for 18 yards, a net of 18. Javon Jackson on the other end, 10 carries for 36 yards, no touchdowns. As Kenny Odom actually has a rushing touchdown, so Mike DeLillo did not get the passing touchdown for that. But Will McIlvain, 13 for 20, 66 yards, and has been sacked one time. Has also thrown an interception to Sedarius Doss. That was the interception I keep alluding to when Austin Peay was on offense deep in Central Arkansas territory. Mike DeLillo, 11 for 16, doing a good job taking care of the football. Has only thrown for 141 yards, but has been sacked twice. So Austin Peay has got to protect the quarterback. Both these teams have to protect the quarterback, but both defensive lines are playing, frankly, so well throughout this game. Receiving, Kenny Odom is the leading receiver for each of these teams. 5 catches for 77 yards, long of 39. Austin Peay was backed up on their own 1-yard line. And first play out, Mike DeLillo, play actions to Javon Jackson, over the top to Kenny Odom into Central Arkansas territory. So that was a good play to get them out of the shadow of their own goal line. On the other side, leading receiver is Kylan James, actually. So he's pretty much Mr. Do-It-All for this Central Arkansas team, catching 4 balls for 18 yards and a long of 11. So both these teams, struggling on offense, but on defense, for Austin Peay, Xavier Smith, 8 total tackles and a tackle and a half for loss. Sam Howard about on that same track right there, 7 tackles, 1.5 tackles for loss. Javon Young, 4 tackles, and Javon McGyver, 3 with a half tackle for loss. On the other side, Demetrius Charles, 5 total tackles. Tamarion Wilson, 5. Logan Jessup, 4 with a tackle for loss and a sack. So Logan Jessup, he's been everywhere for this team. And then Cameron Godfrey, 3 tackles, a half sack, and a half tackle for loss. So, right now, time of possession really isn't being dominated by anybody. 15 minutes for UCA, Central Arkansas, and 14 for Austin Peay. So both of these teams doing a good job possessing the football. As penalties on the night so far, Central Arkansas has been penalized 3 times for 40 yards. Austin Peay has only been penalized 3 times for 31. So obviously penalties ultimately matter with what's happening in the game right then. As third down conversions here, UCA 0 for 10. They have not converted on a third down yet. So kudos to Austin Peay's defense. Austin Peay's not been much better, but they've been a little bit better. They've at least converted 2 of 7. So neither team has gone for it on fourth down. And Austin Peay has been in the red zone twice, have scored once. UCA has done a really good job in the red zone. They have scored once as well on that field goal. So that's pretty much the rundown of what happened in that first half. But what do each of these two teams need to do? On one side, Austin Peay, what do they need to do to keep this lead, extend it? And then on the other side, Central Arkansas, what do they need to do better to get back into this football game? Both teams are in it, obviously, but starting with Central Arkansas, they've done a phenomenal job on defense, but on offense, like I go back to what I was saying in pregame, you have to neutralize Austin Peay's size up front. Austin Peay, like I said, 3 of their 4 starting defensive linemen, all with 3.5 or more sacks on the year, and a bunch more pressures. So you have to neutralize them. They haven't done a good job with the run game. Central Arkansas, I'm talking about. Their leading rusher only has 18 yards. Sunderic Powell, 15 yards. Darius Hale, the big back, 6 yards. So Austin Peay's doing a good job up front, but if you're Central Arkansas, get more physical. Get some gap blocking schemes. Get your athleticism run out. You got the size. You're 6'4", 310 across the board. Make sure to get out there, get them on the run, get those big men moving downfield and not east to west. On to Austin Peay. On offense, first and foremost, you got to get Javon Jackson going a little bit more than you did last week. 40 carries for just under 200 yards. This week, only 10 carries in the first half for a gain of 36. So you got to get him moving just a little bit more through the air. I think once you start running the ball with Javon Jackson, getting the linebackers' eyes in the backfield, you can beat them over the top with play action. So it's pretty simple. Both defenses are playing fine. There is no need to change what you're doing for either team on defense. Offensively, it starts up front. Both teams have got to be more physical with the opposing defensive line. That's where the game's won, and that's what ultimately sets you apart in games like today. So we'll take a quick 60-second timeout and be back with more Govs football on Clarksville's 91.9 FM. 11 minutes and 14 seconds and counting before we get kicking off in the second half. Austin Peay 7, Central Arkansas 3.
Hey, everything okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
Honey. Hey, I'm here for you. Tell me about school today.
When kids can't find the right words, music can help them sound it out. Talk to the kids in your life about their emotional well-being. Find tools and resources at sounditouttogether.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and Pivotal Ventures.
Hey, sweetie, what's going on?
Well, honey, I have some news.
Okay, what?
All that training paid off. I got the job.
Oh, I knew you would get it. So when do you start?
When you donate stuff to Goodwill, you help provide job training for people right here in your community. Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
A community service reminder from the voice of Austin Peay, 91.9 FM.
I'm sick of this. I'm sick of dealing with you. I'm sick of...
I work 6 days a week. Who do you think you are?
Don't you ever talk back to me again! You just shut up!
What are you crying about?
What a child learns about violence, a child learns for life. Teach carefully. We can show you how. Act against violence. Call 877-ACT-WISE for a free brochure.
Whether you want to start a small business or help yours grow, the Tennessee Small Business Development Center can help. The center offers the tools, resources, and expertise to help your business reach its fullest potential. For more information or to schedule an appointment, go to tsbdc.org and let them help your small business make big business. The Tennessee Small Business Development Center online at tsbdc.org. A community reminder from Clarksville's 91.9 FM.
Our halftime from Forterra Stadium continues on this special live YouTube broadcast. I'm Reese Britt along with Madeline Stubblefield and the 91.9 sports team for the voice of Austin Peay, Clarksville's 91.9 FM. Halftime here at Forterra Stadium. I'm Reese Britt. 8 minutes and 20 seconds till we get this second half kicked off. Austin Peay 7, Central Arkansas 3, as the band is having their senior day out on the field at Forterra Stadium. The football team had it before the game started. You had your typical guys, Mike DeLillo. You had Brady Odom. You had Jalen Armstrong. Jordan Goko, you had all these guys out there. Gardy Paul on defense, Javon Young, Sadarius Doss. So you had a lot of guys that are leaving this team, but a lot of really good talent still being left in the building for Austin Peay. As a couple more minutes here before we get kicked off. Another big-time game in the state. Tennessee playing Georgia in Knoxville. Georgia undefeated on the year. Tennessee comes in after the loss against Missouri, 7-3 on the year. So that game's getting ready to kick off right here. This game here in Forterra Stadium has a little more at stake than the game in Knoxville, but the UAC championship for Austin Peay, I'll set the stage again. So if Austin Peay wins today, they will be 6-0 in the conference, have not lost a conference game, and they will have the outright United Athletic Conference championship. Now, if Central Arkansas comes back and wins, both of these teams, so Central Arkansas and Austin Peay, would share the championship together. So both teams on their marketing committee and social media, they can say whatever they want. They can say, hey, we were champions, we were co-champions, whatever. But Austin Peay has an opportunity today to do something that they have never done in program history, and that is to win an outright conference championship. They didn't do it in 2019. They didn't do it in 2022. Let's see if they can do it in 2023. But really quick, we're going to take a timeout. We'll have more exciting Govs football from Forterra Stadium after this timeout. You're listening to WAPX-FM, Clarksville's 91.9 FM.
Hey, everything okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
Honey. Hey, I'm here for you. Tell me about school today.
When kids can't find the right words, music can help them sound it out. Talk to the kids in your life about their emotional well-being. Find tools and resources at sounditouttogether.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and Pivotal Ventures.
Thanksgiving is around the corner, and that means families, food, and fires. Fact is, Thanksgiving is a peak day for cooking fires, averaging 3 times more than any other day, many of these resulting from frying turkeys. So keep yourself and your family safe by remembering these tips. Never use a fryer inside or on wooden decks or patios. Fry your turkey in flat open spaces away from buildings, overhangs, and tripping hazards. Make sure your turkey is thoroughly thawed. Wear safety goggles and heavy-duty mitts while frying, and keep an all-purpose grease fire extinguisher nearby. A Thanksgiving safety reminder from 91.9 FM. If you're military-related and thinking about college, Austin Peay is making it much more affordable by offering in-state tuition to active duty personnel, veterans, reservists, members of the National Guard, and eligible family members. Austin Peay is the only Tennessee university to offer in-state tuition to all military-affiliated students and their family members. For more information on Austin Peay's in-state tuition initiative, go to apsu.edu/military. A community reminder from Clarksville's Magic 91.9 FM.
From the fort in Clarksville, you're listening to a special live YouTube broadcast of the Govs Halftime Show. I'm Reese Britt along with Madeline Stubblefield and the 91.9 sports team for the voice of Austin Peay, Clarksville's 91.9 FM. Back here at the fort on a beautiful Saturday afternoon in the month of November. 3 minutes and 40 seconds left before we get this second half of football kicked off. Austin Peay 7, Central Arkansas 3. A lot of stake in this game like we have talked about throughout the broadcast. But Austin Peay, like I said, they have an opportunity today to do something that they have never done in school history. So that would be huge for not only the program, but for the entire school, for the entire university, for Coach Walden and that coaching staff, and for most importantly these players. They work so hard day in and day out. Both of these teams' players work so hard day in and day out to put themselves in the positions that they are right now. And so for their hard work to pay off, that would be awesome, especially if it dawns in the red, white, and black. As both teams are out here getting ready, warming up for this second half of play. So I'm going to run you through a few more statistics from that first half. Like we said, time of possession, UCA 15, Austin Peay 14, so no differential there. Austin Peay and UCA both penalized 3 times for different amounts of yardage, but basically the same. They both punted 5 times. UCA average was 47 yards. Austin Peay's average was about 40. Austin Peay had 1 interception. Cedarius Doss jumped the out route there. McIlvain tossed it right to him, set up Austin Peay with a good opportunity. Austin Peay ended up giving it back to him right on the next play on the reverse. Austin Peay has thrown the ball 11 times, only for 16 yards net. As on the other side, Central Arkansas 13 times for a 20-yard net and 1 interception. Passing yards, Central Arkansas has only thrown the ball for 66 yards in this ball game. Austin Peay 141. Mike DeLillo has looked pretty solid throughout this game. Long of 39 yards. That was to Kenny Odom, backed up in their own territory. That's a great call by that offensive staff to play fake with Javon Jackson and then toss it over the top to Odom. Rushing yards, UCA has rushed the ball 13 times for 30. Austin Peay 16 attempts for 9 yards. So Austin Peay is going to have 9 yards net. So Austin Peay is going to have to do a better job blocking up front, most importantly. But secondly, Javon Jackson's got to get his legs under him, have to get him moving north and south and getting through that offensive line up to the next level. Because I'll say this to anybody, nobody likes tackling Javon Jackson in the first quarter, but really nobody likes tackling Javon Jackson in the fourth. So we'll see how that transpires come the second half. As Austin Peay and Central Arkansas getting ready to kick off this second half of football. Just 30 short seconds before we get this one kicked off. We're going to take a 30-second timeout and be back with more Govs football on Clarksville's 91.9 FM.
Thanksgiving is around the corner, and that means families, food, and fires. Fact is, Thanksgiving is a peak day for cooking fires, averaging 3 times more than any other day. Many of these resulting from frying turkeys. So keep yourself and your family safe by remembering these tips. Never use a fryer inside or on wooden decks or patios. Fry your turkey in flat open spaces away from buildings, overhangs, and tripping hazards. Make sure your turkey is thoroughly thawed. Wear safety goggles and heavy-duty mitts while frying, and keep an all-purpose grease fire extinguisher nearby. A Thanksgiving safety reminder from 91.9 FM.
Austin Peay and Central Arkansas getting ready to kick off this second half of football. 15 minutes on the clock in the third quarter. As Jaden Barnes is going to take this one out of the end zone. He gets to the 20. He gets past a defender. He reverses field. He's got a lot of room and a blocker out in front of him. He cuts upfield. He's to the 35, to the 40. He gets taken down at the 45. What a start for the Governors. Jaden Barnes takes it to the right side of the field, reversed all the way back to the left, had a blocker out in front of him. And Austin Peay is going to be set up with phenomenal field position to start this ball game off with. Mike DeLillo in that first half didn't have the best of first halves, only going 11 for 16, 141 yards and no touchdowns, but he directed the offense very well, and I see him stacking his stat sheet up in this second half. Mike DeLillo, Javon Jackson in the backfield. DeLillo throws it to Kenny Odom, and he gets blasted, but stays on his feet, wow, and gets pushed out behind the line of scrimmage. But Central Arkansas, it looked like, pushed him out of bounds late. That'll be on number 3, James Jordan, the 5'10 sophomore, out of Little Rock, Arkansas. And so what's interesting is a play that went for -2 yards, it's going to end up going for positive 15 in the Governor's favor. Really quick while they get this sorted out. Tennessee is up on Georgia. First play from scrimmage. Tennessee takes it 75 yards to the end zone. So maybe a little upset brewing in Knoxville, Tennessee this afternoon, as our focus is here at Forterra Stadium. But a lot of Tennessee fans in the Clarksville and Nashville area, so I want to keep them informed as well. As that ball is going to be spotted on the Central Arkansas 42. So Austin Peay, after one play, already in Central Arkansas territory. Trips left of the formation for Austin Peay on the wide side of the field. And Central Arkansas has fallen apart on defense. They jumped into the neutral zone, so that's another free 5 yards. As if you're a defensive lineman, you got to watch the ball. No telling when Mike's going to hard count there, and it got him. So first down and 5. Trips left of the formation to the wide side of the field. DeLillo looks to the sideline, changes the play, moves Odom into the slot, Javon from left to right. Snap goes to Jackson, and Jackson's going to get taken down in the backfield. Number 10, Jake Golday, the outside linebacker from Arlington, Tennessee, on the tackle. Second down and 5 yards to go. Austin Peay taking their time. Don't blame them at this point in the game. DeLillo puts Shackelford in motion from right to left. Gives it to Jackson. Jackson finds a crease but gets met in the gap, but he pushes forward for a gain of 4, it looks like. So going to be third down and short here for Austin Peay. He got met by who else? Number 10, Jake Golday. As Austin Peay is going to bring everybody up close here to the line of scrimmage. They're going to hike it, give it off to Jackson, and I don't know if he got it. I think he's short by maybe the nose of the football or two. As waiting for the referees to give it the yes or the no. And they're going to end up measuring it, so they're going to bring the chains out and see if he had enough for the first down. It didn't look like the initial push got him there. Now, I don't know if Jackson tried to stretch the ball out as far as he possibly could and get it, but it looks like he is maybe 4 or 5 inches short of that first down. So with the ball being spotted on the 33-yard line of Central Arkansas, they're kind of in no man's land here, Austin Peay's offense is. So they could go for it. They could I'd say they could probably kick a field goal with Maddox's leg strength. As DeLillo in the offense is coming back out on the field. Jack Baker checks in at tight end for Jordan Goko. As DeLillo's going to be in the shotgun. With Jackson to his left. As it looks like DeLillo wants the play clock to be pushed back up, and it will be. So fresh play clock for Austin Peay. Puts Goodman in motion, fakes the give, and he's just going to keep it himself. DeLillo rumbles forward down to the 25-yard line. That's got to fire up a team watching your quarterback run for the first down there. As ball's going to be spotted now at the 26-yard line of Central Arkansas. Fresh set of downs for an Austin Peay first down. Governor's going quick here. They give it to Jackson. Jackson tries to find room off that left side but can't. Taken down by a whole host of Bears. Number 4, Cameron Godfrey, the defensive back, was there on the stop first. As it looked like he might have lost a yard or two. DeLillo with 3 receivers spread out to both sides of the formation. As he's going to put Javon Jackson moving from right to left. He quick snaps it, gives it to Jackson. Jackson's got a lane off the right side. He's to the 15,